It's time for me to give a new stamp of approval, the Ashen one stamp of approval, to a new AI model that I've been using for the past 3 weeks, and I love it. So much so that I canceled my other 2 Claude Code and Codex memberships to full send this new model. So in this video, I wanted to talk about what that model is, why I'm using it so much, and why I love it so much, and I wanted to talk about all the other models out there that you could or should be using, even if you don't like the one that I like. And before I get into this, you should subscribe. This video took me forever, and I probably spent over like $500 testing all these models over the past 6 months. It would be great if you could support that, so thank you. So for American-based models, we have Anthropic, OpenAI, Google, and Grok. All 4 of these models are models that I see people talking about and using every single day. Right off the bat, I'm gonna take out Gemini. Google Gemini is bummed. Every single time I've tried to use Google Gemini to do any sort of vibe coding or game generation or even like 3D stuff or like even like quick like comparison video, it's really bad. In addition to that, I'm gonna be a little meaner here. I made another video, watch that video, where I tested the smallest local model you could possibly run. I ran Google Gemma, which is their open source local model that you can run on a 16GB Mac Mini versus Qwen 3.5B, I think. But Gemma is buns because every time I try to use that model to like analyze something or to generate something or to even open up a PDF, it just wouldn't do it. It was like, this is against the rules, not allowed to look at faces. But Qwen was like, all right, let's just run it. Whatever you want to do, let's do it. So local model based, Gemma's really bad. But Google Omni is the greatest, strongest, most realistic AI video editing software on the planet right now. If you want to add a person or make it rain, change your skin color, anything you want to do, Google Omni is so good at that, and I'll never be able to like lie about that. Omni and the free limits on Gemini are amazing. Next, let's go into Grok. Grok 4.5. I just started using this model, so I won't talk too much about this, but according to other people, it's still not the daily driver. I will give it the flowers that it's super fast. Other models, they take some time to think. Grok, for some reason, I don't know how it works, but it's so incredibly quick. It's also one of the only models that has a really good built-in image generation. I'm sure you've seen Elon tweet all of his AI slop, but you can actually create very high quality image and video through Grok. If you have Twitter Premium, like the $50 a month, you get a Grok 4.5 build subscription built into it. I think you should definitely use it, even if you're on Buzz. You have an agent on Buzz set up powered by your like Twitter subscription, because why not? You're paying for it, and then you could use that, do something with it. But now that brings us into the 2 big Goliaths, OpenAI and Claude Code. I think Opus 5 and 5.6 Soul are rivals. I think they're both incredibly smart models, and they can both basically do the same exact thing. Usually with these AI models, when they come out for a week or so, they're so smart, they're so amazing. Like Fable 5 when it came out, it was so brilliant. Then 4 days later, it was so buns. Even on TikTok, I was seeing that you guys were commenting that it literally says, I can't do that for you. Why? And then 5.6 Soul, I would say just as smart as Opus 5, but it didn't get dumber. But I feel like there's better. Again, Codex Mac app is the best app ever. It's so good. You can do everything out of that Mac app. I don't even use Codex CLI because of how good the Mac app is. And built-in image generation, GPT voice is also built in, and it has crazy high usage limits that always often randomly get reset by that boy Tebow. I love Tebow. So between these 2, excluding Fable 5, I would definitely say Opus 5 below. Put 5.6 Soul on the top because of the usage limits, because of the built-in image gen, because of GPT voice that comes with it. But is it better than Fable 5? No. Fable 5 is definitely smarter than 5.6 Soul, in my opinion, for like the weeks that I've been using it, but it's still a part of that, oh my god, the US government, they won't let me use it, oh, it's so smart. You can still only use up to 50% of your monthly subscription on Fable 5 for Claude, meaning you now have Fable 5, and then for some reason, Opus 5, which is smarter than Fable 5 when you run out of Fable 5 credits, which I still don't get, and either way, the limits are so bad, you hit those limits pretty quickly. With 5.6 Soul, you never hit your $200, $100 a month limit. They have the crazy limits on that 20x plan, and it can literally do anything you want it to do. That's all the American model. So if you're deeply thinking about this, hold on, Ashen, that means that your recommended thing has not come up yet. So let's go into the Chinese. I'm in a very Chinese point in my life right now. I've been smoking hella cigarettes. I feel real good. Eating hot pot in Long Island City. I'm feeling fresh and flushing, bro. I feel good. Qwen 3.8 just came out. We also had DeepSeek V4 Flash, and we have Kimi K3. Of these 3 models, the worst one has to be DeepSeek V4. And when I say worst, I use that very sparingly. I don't mean like it's bad or it's dumb. No. DeepSeek V4, they just announced they're gonna have a very high increase in prices today. So watch out. Stuff is getting more expensive. Even the Chinese stuff is getting expensive. But I believe in my short time using DeepSeek, it is really smart and super cheap. And a lot of people I know that are in Chinese models and not American models are using DeepSeek, but it does not have built-in image generation. It doesn't have the craziest like limits. It will run out fairly quickly unless you have like a really high plan. So Qwen 3.8 came out. I have yet to use this model. I'm going to test it more, and I have one video coming out soon. But keep in mind, for all these Chinese models, a trend I've been noticing is that they have very, very low usage limits. Even though they're super smart, they offer these like very cheap monthly subscriptions that you can use that run out instantly. Like Qwen 3.8 has like a $9 a month plan that you can use. DeepSeek also has like a sub $20 plan. K3 has like a $19 plan, but when you use it, you get what you pay for. Qwen 3.8 is a token guzzler. You will run out and hit your usage limits in like 3 prompts. I got the cheapest model and I ran it for like 20 minutes and I hit my limits instantly. But is it smarter than Fable 5? I don't think so. Is it smarter than Opus 5? For sure. Is it smarter than 5.6 Sol? Maybe. And because of how low the usage is and how much tokens it costs, it might not be that worth using. But that being said, I think that Kimi K3 is the model to be using right now in the summer of 2026 as of like a month ago when it came out. I use this to train clip farm. I use this to control Android phones over Wi-Fi. I use this to control like SSH stuff into like 3 different devices managed by my laptop. It's never had any problems. It's never said, I don't know how to do this. It just does what it needs to do and gets it done. But it runs out very, very quickly and you need to be on minimum $100 a month. I canceled Codex, $200 a month. I canceled Claude Code, $100 a month, just so I can have $200 a month of K3 because of how smart that thing is. The memory it has on it is amazing. Like it's never forgotten anything. Like whenever it starts a new session, it'll always be like, let me go check everything to make sure I know exactly what I'm doing. And I've never had a problem where it's like, dude, you already know how to do this. Why are you asking me? I've never said that to K3. I say that to Opus 5 all the time, but K3 just does stuff, bro. And on that $100 a month limit, I never hit it, even though I was doing some extensive training with it for clip farm. And I think that's the most important thing to me. I don't mind canceling other subscriptions and using one model because like I just need a model to do stuff. And I don't want to be like, oh my God, my model got dumb again. I think these Chinese models are consistently the same intelligence level, but they have other problems. The American models, it seems like they're not consistently the same intelligence level, but they also have other problems, you know? So I'm like, there's a trade-off for sure. And I think the trade-off for K3 is definitely worth it because of how smart and intelligent it is and because of how consistent the intelligence is. But yeah, that's what I'm feeling right now. Again, this like changes every single month, but for the first like 8 months I was in AI, I was a Claude Code maxi. I love Claude Code. And then 5.6 Sol came out and I was like, wait, Codex is amazing. It's so good. It still is. But now I'm like, wait, I need to go Chinese for a little second here. I went to like SF, I went to Chinatown. Bruce Lee was born there. I was like, this is amazing. And I've been using K3 and I love it. I've been recommending K3 over everyone else. Again, these are just my recommendations. They're not based on any benchmarks. I think benchmarks are all propaganda. It's just for your own personal experience. You should definitely try every model. You need to try it for your personal, unique things that you're doing it with. Because if they're testing mathematics for the new GPT Astra, who cares about math? Are you running advanced algebra with your model? No, you're not. And for me, that's clip farm. That's like running a platform that does clipping and like an iOS app thing, or like maybe making a 3D game for a YouTube video. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with these ratings? Do you not? Do you think I was mean to the American models? Google, I'm so sorry. And you should subscribe. I'm going to do more and more of these videos. This is just the state of AI and as I believe the summer of 2026. So yeah, thank you guys.